So I'm out in the heat of the day. You know, I thought surely by mid-September it was going to be cooler out here. But it feels stifling and very, very hot. But I do need to get some plant starts in the ground that I picked up at that native plant sale. This plant does not tolerate full sun in the summer heat in my grow zone 6B. So I'm looking for a spot that gets mostly shade, some sun, because you want, of course, that sunlight for your blooms. Now I could go with this little shady spot between my rose bush. I've got a barberry back there, and this is shade. So, you know, theoretically I could put it here. Of course, it's just a small plant start. It does get some shade. I don't know. I have a feeling that it might do really well here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a go. I think it'll still get plenty of sun here. I was thinking about putting it potentially in the side lot that is north facing, but it just gets all shade all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm finding it really hard to film this video today. I cannot get my puny little tripod to stabilize for me. It is driving me absolutely bonkers. Yeah, note to self, invest in good equipment. After 15 years working in the news business, you would think I would know how to properly use a tripod, even a puny one. Finally got the shot centered. So this is the red columbine. It's got nice dainty little clover-like leaves. The leaves are not in good shape right now. They're all dried up and shriveled because I think they've been in this little starter pot for too long. So I'm going to kind of loosen it up by squeezing it because I don't want to damage the roots here. And then I'm just going to kind of turn it upside down and wiggle it, kind of push. Other the drain holes, you can just push the soil through that. Here we go. I did saturate this plant with a bunch of water beforehand because I am putting it in what appears to be a very dry hole. So yeah, this is what the hole looks like. It looks like just a bunch of dirt. I'm actually going to put some potting soil in here because I just don't trust that this plant does need well-drained soil and not clay. And this looks like it would drain well. I don't know. It's on a slope, but I know we have clay soil. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of added insurance, hopefully, and put some potting mix in this hole. Kind of sort of mix it with some of this, the regular native soil. Kind of mix it in there. And then I'm just going to take my plant. Luckily, this one's not too big. It's very teeny tiny, you can see. And just put it in the hole. Depending on the plant, you can actually have it not completely level with the ground. You would want it a little bit elevated. Let's see. If I put soil around here, just not sure about that. I think I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper. This is going to be tricky too since I've already put the potting mix in there. Usually I don't use potting mix, but yeah, I had to because I don't have any other organic planting material. Yeah, there we go. Just pop it back in. Cover it up with our soil, reposition it, put some mulch back over it. Doesn't look like much now, but the hope is that in time, this red columbine will reseed itself and hopefully multiply and spread. And while I'm out here, I'm also going to give some water to my other new plantings. I'm not great with the camera skills today. Bear with me. Bear with me. This is that Dusty Miller. It's really pretty. Especially when you're talking about being on a slope right here in this garden bed. You want to make sure that you water, this time of year when it's so hot because of the runoff factor. This is another one of my newer plantings, the hyssop. Isn't that pretty? It's done so well. Here's one that looks like it's needing a little bit of help. This purple flowering, or I think it's called a mist flower. Excuse me, mist, because it looks misty. So I'm gonna give that some water, a nice drink. This right here is one of several boxwoods I'm trying to bring back to life. I actually see quite a bit of some new green growth on the bottom, but you can see all the dead spots that I had to clear out. I cannot stand when I see dead boxwoods or hollies or whatever with all the dead plant material just remaining intact. It's just a personal preference, but I like to cut it out and then, you know, give it a fighting chance. I'm a big believer in second chances. It's just so incredibly hot. This is like kind of not fun. Check out how gorgeous that is. And I came out this morning and I noticed some of these shoots are so long and wispy, which is what you like to see in the Gaura. I'm not gonna lie, this time of year has got me a little, I wouldn't say discouraged, but I would say gardening mid-September, wanting the weather to get cooler. It just puts you in a certain mindset where you're kind of tired of the constant watering and just, you know, dancing that delicate fine line between too dry, plant could die, and too much water, rot root could set in and plant could die. So, you know, luckily I'm pretty mindful when I purchase plants for my particular yard, trying to really enjoy my yard, my space. I think most of us are not even thinking about, you know, upgrading homes. This is a great alternative to that, by the way, in this housing market. Maybe you were trying to get out of your starter home or get your first home. You know, make the space that you're currently in as beautiful as possible and you'll enjoy it so much more. It's about what is right under our noses that we've been blessed with, and just appreciating all that God has given us through nature. And if you just stop and pause and meditate and concentrate on what's going on around you in the outside natural world, I think you'll find some of your anxiety and your stress and your worries just kind of melt away. I think this time of year has a lot of us feeling maybe not completely burned out. I know I'm not, but maybe winding down, thinking about winter and how we can best get our plants ready for that. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen where I'm letting my vegetable garden just kind of play itself out. I'm not messing with it. I'm not cutting anything down. I'm not digging anything out. I'm just going to kind of let it rot away, if that makes sense. That sounds terrible. I haven't really even been watering it. I have kind of neglected my vegetable garden this year. But I'm going to hopefully change things next year. I guess it's because I feel like it's kind of small. It's just a quadrant. It's 4 sections. The people that we bought the house from, they left it. Oh, I see my little gerbil friend. Not gerbil, chipmunk. We have a chipmunk in our house, okay? And it is always around the yard. It is so cute. And it's under one of our trees right now. Let me see if I can go capture it. Hold that thought. Nope, no luck capturing Alvin and the chipmunk over there. He is just too fast. He is very shy. I just sat up out of my seat to try to go get some video of him, and he scampered away into the neighbor's yard. Oh, there he goes. Hello. So cute and tiny. And I did see him going up through one of our gutter tubes the other day. And I have heard some scratching around in some of our walls upstairs. So I think that's him. Hopefully it's not a bat, because I did have a bat in my house one time and that was not fun. So where were we? Burnout, winding down, overwintering plans. we do not have a 4-season gardening situation at all. We get a lot of frost, we get a lot of snow and ice. So it's really just about hoping that the perennials will come back next year. Day in the life. I mean, sometimes it's a bit repetitive and monotonous, but whenever we're getting new plant starts into the ground, it is fun, it's hopeful. I just have this vision in my head of what my garden's going to look like next year, and it is so fun to be focused on the long term. Please subscribe. Please feel free to comment on my video, and till next time.